Hey, what is up? Welcome. So, this is gonna be I would like to think, short video about the patch notes that came with MK11 Aftermath and the buffs and adjustments and changes that has happened with the Edenian characters, because I'm an Edenian main, so I'm only going over the Edenians, meaning Jade, Katana, and Sindel. Those are the three characters I mainly play, right? So if this video is a bit longer than I expect, then I will upload these breakdowns of these characters individually, which will be in 3 separate videos for Katana, Jade, and Sindel. But let's start with Jade, and I'm gonna make this all classic.
Devora.
We are gonna use Retrocade just to add to the classic feel. All right. Perfect. This is good. So I'm gonna use Jaded in this example to mainly talk about the patch that's happened with her. I'm gonna go over Katana next, and then last will be Sindel. I will also have a separate video on Sindel as well, like in regards to her optimal combos. But yeah, what's up to everyone in the chat? If I don't see your comment, it's probably because I'm going through this tutorial. But yeah, I'm glad you're liking Robocop, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, so so with Jade, she got, and I'll put the patch notes in the description afterwards. So she got Pole Strike, now causes 5 more frames of block stun with increased pushback. So that is this move, right? Okay. So you got increased pushback, which basically in other words means it's safer than before. So if I record right, let me see what Devora's far. Okay. Alright, so that works, and that's 7 frames. So let's try 8 frames. That works. Let's try something more common, like, okay, 11 frames. You're safe when it comes to like 11 frames. No, I don't have Xbox. If she was asking me. But yeah, you're safe from 11 frames, and this is what I get from this. And this is like at close distance. You're safe from 11 frames at close range, right? So that is pole strike, and I'm going to basically state my conclusion on each of these characters afterwards. So the next thing, the last hit of Wiggly Stick now causes 5 more frames of block stun with increased pushback on block, and has 5 more active. Wait. The last hit of Wiggly Stick now causes 5 more frames of block stun with increased pushback on block, and has 5 more recovery frames on block. So that's this move. In other words, it not only is it safe, but you can also, I guess, cancel into a special or even deadly butterfly, a special or another move quicker because it's got more recovery. In fact, because it's got more recovery, it does make it slower. But because it's more safer, the last hit, you are actually more safe. So let's do the same recording. You do that again, but block quicker. Okay, so it's the last hits. Let me try that overhead. This probably won't connect. Right, let me try that. Actually, forward 1 is 12 frames, so let's see. 12 frames will reach if you're in range, because from there you're not going to connect anyway. I want to try that overhead though. I want to try that overhead, or even that. So that is 19 frames, so you're definitely safe from that. You're just safer. You're just a lot more safe. Well, not a lot more, but you're more safer than before when you're using the Wiggly Stick and it's on block with the last couple of hits. Well, the last hit, in fact, connecting, you're safer, right? Okay, so bending time. Back punch, blah blah, it goes through the details. Now does 70 damage, up from 50. So let's just see the damage of that, because this segment is mainly about Jaded, because I think these buffs benefit Jaded more. So bending time, it's now doing 161. So I'm guessing before it must have did 140 or something. Wait, hold on. I think, yeah. So it probably did. I can't remember exactly. Probably 80 damage, I reckon it did before. But now it's been buffed. It does more damage than before. So I don't know. You're just getting a bit more damage. You're just getting a bit more damage, basically. Okay. Let me just get the other one out of the way. In fact, in this variation at the same time, it was with a teleport. So it says, where was it? Fix the rare issue which could cause projectiles reflected with divine forces to become stuck floating in the air. So that's just a visual thing. Did bending time. I'm sure she had a buff from that, but anyway, so that's basically that. So let me go back to the variation from before and go into talking about straight kick. Because it's saying here that adjusted opponent's victim region during the hit reaction to straight kick. I almost feel like they could have described that a lot more simpler, but I guess that is as less technical or technical as they could be in describing it, right? So straight kick is this. That is straight kick. Adjusted opponent's victim region during the hit reaction to straight kick. So what that tells me is the hitbox has been adjusted so that it's more of a clean connection to the hitbox. So I would assume that if you're doing bend in time, that move I was doing before, you'll connect with it more than you would have before this patch, because this part of the combination, the hitbox is more on point. Slightly adjusted the gravity on the hit reaction to Ip Girl. So if I'm not mistaken, that is the overhead, right? So adjusted the gravity on the hit reaction. So they're slightly more airborne than they was previously. So if I want to do this combo, if I want to do this combo, which is one of Jade's optimal, I don't know why the back view is coming out. Okay. Usually that would just connect like every time because I was used to the flight of this move, but now it's a bit more tricky. So that is one of Jade's optimal combos in the center of the screen, right? The middle, the nooch. That is her optimal. Because they've adjusted the gravity on the hit reaction of this, it makes it easier to do it. So you just have a bit more time. You have a bit more time to connect that if you want to do this. Right? So that is the benefit to that. I'm just wondering if this could work now. No. Wonder if this will work. No. So that is the benefit. You have a bit more time to pull off whatever combo you want to do. Okay, so that's that. Now, baited crushing blow now has 7 less recovery frames. That's what we want to hear. So the crushing blow of this move, you're now able to do something more, because usually I'd have to do that straight away, but now I can wait and do that if I wanted to end the combo that way. Now I can wait because she's it's almost like she lands on her feet a bit more quicker, 7 frames quicker than before. That might work actually. Well, I know that works, I think. Oops. I think it's possible that this could work. Now, because of the recovery of the crushing blow is sooner, I can get a micro dash for that high. That part is key to making it work. Oh, I think it could. I didn't believe that time though. Bear with me. Okay. Maybe I'm doing it too early. The thing is, I have to be a little close, or else the down 4 won't connect. Okay, let me try this. Yeah. It's possible. It's possible you could optimize this into that. And we haven't even gotten into the armor breaker moves yet as well, which I will do in a second. In a second. I want to try this out though. Oh, I wonder if you could do 2. Now, let's see. Okay, that was too early. That would be dope if you could. Why is it doing that? Oh, I thought I would have had it. I thought I would have had it. Sometimes the razors connect, sometimes they don't connect. But if I land this combo, I'll just upload it separately. I'll upload it separately if I land this. Because I don't know if it's possible, but it feels like it is now that you have 7 more frames to get closer. So that lands. That part there. Before, you could do a standing stiletto strike. You could do a standing 4 before and then go into this, but this part will never connect because you're just a few frames away from it connecting. But because this has 7 more starting frames, it can now connect. Obviously you have to time it perfectly though. You have to time it just right for it to connect. Okay, so that's that. Now Blazing Nitro Kick now breaks armor and has an alternate crushing blow condition. Breaks armor. Right, so that means that, and I'm trying to think of a typical Jade scenario. If you're playing as Jade and you're up against someone, what is the more likely thing to happen, right? So let's just say you're playing against someone and you have loaded up your throw crushing blow. It's loaded. That is what now can happen, because they've seen that you've loaded the crushing blow, right? You've got the crushing blow, and now you can end it with the armor breaker, right? Do it again, and that's it with unamplified. That's 350 unamplified. And that's it with no crushing blow with it. So that's just under 20%. Just under 20%. Another potential scenario that could happen. So you get what, 375 for that? Just it's not even a long combo. It's what, 5 hits, 375. And this is all going to start to make more sense when I get to the conclusion of Jade before I go into Katana, right? One of the best parts about this, I think, is this. That. This move here is now viable, in my opinion. Before, you'd rarely see someone use it because the first hits are high, which is like, you know, you can neutral duck that, and then the last part is a low. That's what makes it good. But usually you'll just use this. You'll just use this, right? But the armor breaking move for Jade makes this viable. Makes it very viable. I think it's almost, it might even be best to use this, use the armor breaking crushing blow when you get this, because it's just guaranteed. It's just guaranteed, right? They got a neutral duck the high, and then deal with the low. If that low connects and they decide to break away, fast breakaway mind you, that can happen. Another thing is with Jade's armor breaking move, it's not just the regular nitro kick that can do it. It's actually her, and this is why I'm using Jade for all of this, her blazing nitro kick can do it also. So let's just say we do this. You see that? It broke the armor and it gave me 174. 174. Okay, it's a timing thing as well. Right, that broke the armor. 216. So now you have a decision to make as to, do you want to spend a bar to get that added bit of damage, or if you have the crushing blow, do you want to use the crushing blow, or if you're better with the timing with the regular, right, do you want to just do the regular instead? No, I haven't done Katana yet. She'll be next. As soon as I finish with Jade, she'll be next, and then last will be Sindel, right? So, you know, you've got options. You've got the regular. You've got the regular one. That's just the regular, which you can amplify, and then you have the blazing nitro kick version one, which is unamplified, but it's 216 damage if the person decides to break away and they have no bars to wake up now as well. I'm gonna show you a pre-recording, and I have these pre-recordings just to help speed up this video, because I don't want it to be a long video, but if it does end up being one, I will separately upload the Jade bus, Katana and Cinder bus in 3 separate videos. So this is a potential optimal combo, right, that you can pull off with Jade because of, and this is in the neutral, in the center of the screen, because of the armor breaking move. This is like a example of what now can be done with Jade. Okay, so that's just the regular version. Now this is what can be done with the breakaway involved. Let's see the recording again. And this is from a jumping, so this is her optimal. Bear with me. Let's do delayed this time. Okay, so this is her optimal in the center. It's kind of a mix, I guess. I'm trying to think, did that break? We do fast one again. Oh, if not, I'll just do it myself. But you get the point. You get the point. So it would be okay. Okay. Break rate is on. So So this is just an example. An example of what is now possible with Jade because of this breakaway. Okay. That's from a jump in, so it would be where's my other cancel? Where's my cancel? Okay. I don't know why my cancel is not coming out. Wait, so let me just see that again. $355, right? $355. $371, and that's from the. That is what is from the armor break. So that actually was correct. So it is a mid-screen optimal outcome for Jade. Okay, I need to do it earlier. Okay. Because some people might think, at what point would you really break away from Jade's combos? Okay. Right? But the thing with Jade as a character now, because in past games she used to be more combo based, more combo setup based, setups into combos is what she used to be. Now she's just trying to think of the best way. She just does more things without with finesse. It's more like less work, damage over periods of time now. You know. Try one more time. Okay. Come on, what's going on? Why is it doing... Let me just take my time. Okay, so... Okay, anyway. You get the point now. More damage is always a good thing, is what I'm saying. I did the wrong thing. I think that's habit. Okay, so that should have been it. I just want to get this one more time. I think my button inputs are just too quick. So okay. Where was the cancel? Damn. Okay, I have to get this now. I have to get this. Hold on, is the breakaway still on? Hold on, that was delayed. Wait, it felt delayed. Right. What's he doing it back for? Why is he doing it back for? I'm doing this. Okay. was my other cancel? Then end with... Oh, I should have just done it. Okay, there it is, there it is. So, as you can see, you're basically getting 60% damage. That would be her optimal. But then again, you'd be kind of fortunate to get that 60, because why would you break away at the very end, right? Why would you break away at the very end? But anyway, so that is Jade's that's Jade's armor break, right? So let me go back to the retro code stage. So the next thing is fixed an issue, the hit region of
Jade, Devora. Retro
fixed an issue, the hit region of sidekick being incorrect when done as a cancel from pole bash. Right, so this is a hitbox thing. This is a hitbox thing, which means leave that on. Pole bash, I believe, is her up attack. It's a jumping attack, the one I was just doing. And what did they say? Sidekick is this, which is funny enough what I was just doing. Okay. Okay, so they fixed an issue with the hit region of sidekick being incorrect when done as a cancel from pole bash. So this is pole bash. That's pole bash. That's pole bash. When you go straight into the sidekick, I'm assuming from what they're saying before, the hitbox, it would not align. It wouldn't connect as it should, right? It wouldn't connect as it should, but now it does. So that's just being connected. That has been connected. I mean, corrected. So that's that. Then fix the rare issue that could cause Blazing Nitro Kick and Blazing Nitro Kick Amplified to lose trades against certain attacks. Now, I don't know what those certain attacks are. I don't think anyone does, unless you are someone that uses Blazing Nitro Kick or Nitro Kick a lot, and you know of who and when from each character in the roster that it loses trades on, right? But that's that. And fix the rare issue with the Divine Forces. We already gone over that. So yeah, that's Jade, right? That is Jade. What do I think of the patch in regards to Jade? I was saying before that Jade needs buffs, obviously, right? But in all fairness, adjustments is key to Jade as well, because if you buff her, she could be really OP, because she has things like this that can catch you from this range, right? She's got things like that can catch you off guard. She's got this, which is now more safe. She's got this, which is now more safe. She's got this, which makes combos a lot more easier to connect, right? That's slightly more easier to connect. I would have loved it if they'd have did that with her corner combo with the down ones, because I still find that difficult to do. Anyway, they've made her more of a safer character, which is, I guess, one of the options they could have taken in terms of buffing a character, which is making them more safe with things that they do. Now, I was saying Jade is like she just does things with finesse, and what I mean by finesse is like she hasn't got like big damaging combos like Baraka. She hasn't got long combo strings like Katana, but what she has obviously is space to do the footsies. That's why they've given her this very good, one of the best down fours in the game, right? So that's cool. Her poke is real good. I think this is 7 frames. Yep, 7 frames. Right. Another 7 frames, 8 frames. You know, she's got all these things to her arsenal, right? Something that I think sums it up is with Jade would be it's I would kind of say quality over the quantity. You know what it is with Jade? They've made her, and this is from the patch now, they've made her into, and I'm guessing this is how they've always planned her to be in this game. They've made her into like a character that can cause you a lot of damage over a period of time without much effort. So something that's damaging with so something like this, for example. I don't know why that's happening. So something like this as an example. I need to delay it. I need to really delay it. The timing is so new to me. Right, that combo right there done 45%. So let's just say, okay, 44% that combo did, but it wasn't much effort to do it. It wasn't much effort. The combo sequence isn't that difficult either. If I put the button log back on, the combo sequence isn't that difficult. You know, it's just this, into this, down, and then into the blazing nitro. Right? So it's like she has things like this that it's not very complex, like, or this, and I think that's another reason why they made her down 2 so good. I think that's why they made her down 2 so good, because it's possible. I reckon you can actually connect with that, because you can convert this into anything as well, you know. Oh yeah, the easy crushing blows is on. The down 2 can be connected into a lot of things because how good it is. Like that can connect. I think maybe I've got to do a neutral duck. I mean a neutral. A neutral dash. There we go. Very small dash. 343, 1 bar. All that was 1 bar. Again, she's not using that much force and effort to do combos that, you know, to do damage that can cause pain. Like, she's not really, it's not that much damaging. So when it comes to like people saying, she needs more combos, or she needs buff, she needs a damage buff, for example, that's usually the typical thing when it comes to a character. They need a damage buff. If you give her a damage buff, don't forget she's got things like this. So she's mad safer, right, from this range. She's got things like that. She's got that. She's got normal one. She's got this from range. Just think, this range, right? She's already got this like on deck. If she's got big damage, then it's gonna be it's gonna be nuts. It will be nuts if she had big damage. I think they're going in the right direction in terms of like, she's got safer strings, so she could do this, and things like this can be converted into the crushing blow with the armor breaker. So I feel like overall it's a step in the right direction, just a step in the right direction. I still think she needs an additional move, like the Dele's dance. Like, make it so that you can do this into Dele's dance, you know, that something like that. But they conflict with each other, so it's silly. But this patch benefits Jaded a lot more than the others. It may be untamable, maybe as well, but I just think that having basically 2 versions of the armor break is dope. So that's Jade. Now let's go into Katana, and to keep with the old school theme, I'm gonna use the pit stage for this.
Katana.
And for this, I'm going to use
Collector. Devourer.
I'm gonna use Highborn, because
Deadpool.
I feel like Highborn benefits from this patch more than Fearless and Fanfare. So let's get into this. And I didn't expect her to have that big of changes, right? Because she had a huge buff not too long ago. But let's go into this. So just make sure everything is cool. Right, so Katana, the last hit of Leave Now has 5 more block stun frames with increased block push back. So Leave Now is this string, which is one of my favorite strings, because not only does it have a brutality with it, but it's 6 frames, I believe. No, 8 frames. It's 8 frames, right? So you could do this at the start of a match, and it will tend to catch some people off guard. Well, that's how I like to use it. So let's have the AI block. So let's just say I start the match, right? And let's record her do this to me. Right, so that's that. Right, that forward 1 is 12 frames. So 12 frames ain't gonna beat you. Back 4 is 12 frames again. That's not gonna beat you. So let's do something like that. 11 frames ain't gonna beat you. Let's do that. The thing is, it's a low. I want something that's a mid. Okay. I want to do it as quickly as I can. That's a buff to me, because before you will get down to hell and back, and that's 10 frames. Let's go more deeper. Let's go to something that's 8 frames, like this. Look at that. 8 frames won't beat you, so I'm guessing you have to have something that's 7 frames. Okay. No. So that won't even beat you. You are safe. If you do this string now. If you do this string, you are safe. And I can only assume the reason they made this safe is because I think it partly is because it has a brutality, and people will be very hesitant to doing it because it's a very unsafe move at the time before this patch. This move is mad safe. This move is mad safe. Now, it's mad safe now. Mad safe. So that is excellent plus so far, right? Okay, punishment, which is this move here, now has 5 more frames of block stun. So was that the move? Was that? Sorry, that's the moves. My mistake. So it's that. So let's test this out. Let me go back to record. Right. That's 7 frames. That's 7 frames. She's safe now. She is actually safe. She can't get down 2'd out of it. I want it to be slick this time. Nope, that's not going to work. Let me do a poke now. Okay, that works though, which is... It's 9 frames, but the thing is, I wasn't blocking low. So... You gotta see it coming. You gotta see it coming. You gotta see it coming. So that is now mad safe. Because before this, this was one of her only safe streams. That or that. Now I play quite, because I'm a Melina player, right? I play very daring and risky, so I would hardly do this. It's only when I remember to do it that I do it. But that's mad safe now. That's just as safe as the first string I just did. Right, now we're getting into the meat and potatoes. Square wave and air square wave now break armor and have an alternate crushing blow condition. Breaks armor. Right, so I'm gonna go into a recording for this, because again I want to save on time. I think at this rate I'm gonna upload bite-sized versions of this for all 3 characters. Right, let's set it up correctly. So let's do delayed breakaway, easy crushing blow, Right, this is what's possible. This is what you can do now with Highborn. Okay. Right. This is now doable with Highborn. Let me do late breakaway. For 37%. Right? Let's do fast. Oops. Fast breakaway. Okay, so that's just an example of what can be done now. So let's just say okay, you do the jump in, right? $437. Let me do late breakaway. Now that's delayed. Okay, so it's got fast, so let's go. This is what Highborn's now capable of. Look at that. 385, 10 hits. 1 bar. 1 bar, 1 crushing blow. That's 385. That's if you don't want to spend the crushing blow. Let's break the armor fully now. Okay. In fact, I'm gonna use. I think I'm doing it too fast again. Let me do delayed. Okay, I think delayed connects. And this is just to max out the damage. Just to max out the damage, but my spell wave ain't coming out. My air spell wave. Okay, so I gotta do it so delayed. Just doing it plain. This is just doing it plain. That's what, half your life. If you manage to have the Highborn stance, crushing blow prepped, you can get half life taken away from you from a jumping. Obviously, if you want the half life. But you can squeeze out a bit more from this. You can get the jumping kick into crushing blow, armor break. There we go. Look at that. For 55% is what you're getting. If you have that highborn size prep, you have that prep and you get that jump in, it's over. You just have to connect that part of it, and then connect with that. And the thing is, you don't even have to. You don't have to spend it. You actually don't have to spend it. You could just get. Let's see what way it is. I did a jump kick by accident. My bad. You could just get I mean, you could do it from hop if you wanted. Depending on their habits of the opponent's habit of breaking away, or you could just do a regular. So in my previous video, I said that Katana might have 2 armor breaking moves. She technically does. The same with Jade. Because what you can do is exactly what I just did. You could let me think of a pop-up that she has. So you could that's never gonna catch. Well, actually, that might catch. Nah, it won't. But yeah, so basically she's got 2 versions of the armor break, which is very fortunate. Jade and Katana have 2 versions of their armor break, because I assumed that they will give the armor break to just the universal special move of a character, right? But it turns out that that's not exactly the case. What they wanted to do is they wanted to make certain variations, tournament variations, more benefit from it more than others. And with certain other characters, if they're powerful as it is already and they have unbreakawayable damage, there's no point in them having a armor breaking move when people don't break away from their damage anyway. So they gave them something just to have, right? In Katana's case, she got a good one, because you can amplify. You can actually amplify your armor breaker, right? You can amplify the armor breaker. Jade, just like I showed you with her nitro kick, you can amplify the armor breaker. That nitro kick is an amplifiable move, right? So that's Katana. Let's go back to the pit and we'll go over Sindel now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give my opinion on. Matter of fact, I'll give my opinion now before we jump over to Sindel. So with Katana, I think a nice step in the right direction again. Nice step in the right direction. She's very close to being a well-balanced character, I think. Very close to being a well-balanced character. Tweaks here and there will get her to that well-balanced sweet spot. Tweaks here and there. But as it stands now, this patch has been a huge benefit to her, because that highborn is now very more capable of doing high damaging moves, as I just showed, right? However you want to spend it. However you want to spend it. I haven't done all the character towers. No, I'm gonna do it live on Twitch. So if you have to be following me on Twitch to see it. My Twitch is in the chat, by the way. Because to do a whole character tower takes 6 hours. But I've got the skip fight tokens to do it. But anyway, back to Katana. So I feel like they took a closer step to reaching that sweet spot of Katana being a well-balanced character. She can produce damage, she can produce combos, she can space you the fuck out if she wanted to with Fearless. Highborn can mix you up. This is beautiful, because one of the issues with Highborn previously was that if you do get the pop-up, right? If you do get the pop-up, they're just gonna break away and then it's a waste. Now they can't escape. Now they can't escape the breakaway because we got that, and not only that, it comes with a crushing blow. So absolutely brilliant for Katana. So now let's go to Sindel, which is
Sindel.
the last
Devourer.
the last Edenian to go through, and we will do. We'll keep to the
Soul Chamber.
script and do all retro. I've got the classic skin for Sindel as well, so let's get this done. Jade one was gonna be a bit longer than everyone's because she had more changes involved and edits to her as a character. Sindel and Katana were a lot more shorter. So okay, so Sindel, it reads here, main squeeze now breaks armor. Okay, so so that just basically means this breaks armor. That blows my mind. The fact that they gave her this blows my mind in a good way, because I agree, she has good 50-50s. Is this no, the last one was I was doing a Highborn. That was Highborn. Fanfare will benefit from the unbreakawayable damage through the simple fact that she can do square wave from the ground. However, with Katana, if you remember from the last patch, they made it so the fan lift, you can't break away you can't escape or break away from that. So you can kind of see the direction they were going in from them doing that change. It's at that point, do you break away at all? Once you got lifted by that fan, do you just take the damage all the way? Because if you do, you might get your throat slit, crushing blow, or you might get the square wave crushing blow. I think the best thing to do, most likely, would be to just do square wave to end the combos with fanfare every time. Just do it, because at one stage they will break away, and then you'll get the crushing blow. And then once you've gotten the crushing blow, you can then do the other crushing blow, which is the slit the throat. But anyway, back to Sindel. So main squeeze is the armor breaker, which is amazing because she has this on every variation. For this, talk, I'm using loud and clear because that's the variation I like the most. But yeah, this breaks armor. Following in with the same theme as Jade and Katana, you can amplify this for more damage. So she got two, in my eyes, two armor breaking moves. So let's put this into practice. This might take me a couple tries because my execution is not the best. But let's just say you managed to get this, and then you get the jump in, right? Oh, that would have been a sick combo, by the way. Where was my Banshee? Where was my Banshee? Hold on, she isn't even on breakaway. I'm gonna do delayed because it's usually a in between fast and late. Hold on. It would have been so cool if there was actually someone in the soul chamber. That would have been sick. I gotta delay it a little bit. Okay, so this is just as an example, right? I hate when they swivel their head that extra bit. Because sometimes it doesn't connect. Oh, I probably could have done that at the end of that if I wanted. Maybe I will potentially. I could have just done main squeeze right there and then. Too early. Too early again. Too early again. Damn, it didn't come out. It didn't come out. Okay. Okay, main squeeze is the armor break, so let me remember to end with that. That was too early, too early. Cool, that was early enough. Let me speed this up though. I don't even think that was the full thing. I don't think that's the full thing. Hey, what's up? There we go, there we go, there we go. So 543 is what you can get now to end that combo. Whereas before, it was, if I'm not mistaken, before it was like 490. It was something like 490 to get that damage in with that combo. obviously, other options would be this, right? Because in a match, you're gonna do this a lot, right? You're gonna do that a lot. You're gonna do that a lot. So you're gonna catch them, and depending on how early or how late they break away, will determine what you wanna when you wanna set it off. Hold on, did I amp that? So 197, right? 197. So that is, it's amazing that they gave her that, because you know what I thought it would have been? I thought it would have been this. Actually, no, to be fair, it's a singular move, so I thought it might have been this potentially, but then again, that would be too strong. It would be too strong if that would be the one to break them. Maybe that I would have thought. I actually didn't see that coming. I didn't think it would have been that, which is just dope. Very, 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 very dope. Because it's universal. You can use it on any Sindel variation. Now, the other thing they mentioned was that Royal Trap no longer persists during Geras' Reawakened Resurrection. I believe that is a custom Geras move. So that's just a fix. The other thing is attempting to do Maleficent March cancel when not enough meter is available now plays a sound. So you'll notice I was doing a Maleficent March a lot, right? So let's just do this. Did you guys hear that? Maybe I should pick a stage that doesn't have that much ambient sound, but let's just run with it. There's the sound. It's like a low hat or hi hat sound. Now, the benefit and the disadvantage to this, in my opinion, is that I want that sound to only be for my ears only and not my opponent's. Right? The same way I wouldn't want it to be like Aaron Black's bullets, because we both can see you're out of bullets. I hope that sound only is active in my ears and not theirs. And that is the Maleficent March cancel. I'm not too sure why they felt the need that they had to do it, but it's a nice added touch, I guess. A nice reminder, you know, that you can't cancel anymore. So that's a thing. That tends to happen to me with Highborn when I'm out of defensive meter. I'm trying to cancel out of it, and I forgot I ain't got defensive meter to do it. The next thing, and this is the last thing, is fix the rare issue that could cause You Will Die. Let's go to You Will Die. You Will Die, right? And this is a rare issue, they're saying. And Banshee's Cry. With Scream and Shrek to lose trade against certain attacks. So apparently, I'm guessing if you do this, apparently that would lose trade. So maybe there will be other cases where you'll get down 2 out of this just before you get that scream off. Just before you get the scream off. Like Shrek, isn't that Shriek? Scream. Scream. Is that on another variation maybe? I'm just thinking, what the hell is Scream exactly? I'm guessing that might be a move on one of the other variations. Scream. But basically what they're saying, if you did this, that wouldn't trade off. on rare occasions. Or if you did Banshee's Cry, which was that. That won't connect, that last part, that last screen, right? So that is the fixes they've done with Sindel. Improvements, you know. So what do I think of this? I think it's awesome. I think it's really, really, really good and beneficial to be able to have a universal armor break. That is brilliant. That is actually brilliant. Actually brilliant that you can do that. So I'm very, very pleased with that. Very pleased with all 3 Edenians in total. It makes sense for Sindel not to have anything too crazy because you can't break away from this. This string here, if you are able to get it more often than I can, that is, this string here is unbreakawayable as it is. Right? That is unbreakawayable. So to give her anything too over the top wouldn't have been fair, because we've got to be fair here. We have to be fair. Let me just get this one more time. It's one of my favorite combos. So I am actually going to upload each Edenian. Separately. Why the hell is this not coming out no more? It's not coming out no more. The Banshee is not coming out. There you are. Right? So, it's just awesome. It's just really, really, really dope that they've done this with the Edenians. Really pleased. They're all steps in the right direction. None of them got nerfed at all, which is a big plus. And you know, I think the main goal is to bring in every character as close to balanced as possible. I think Katana is the closest. Jade is far away from it. Actually, not far away. She's actually close to being balanced, but on the other end of the spectrum of the balance, I guess, totem pole. Sindel is. I think something that would make Sindel extremely balanced would have been to make this Banshee dash go further. If that's too OP, make it so that if I amplify this, not only does it teleport, but it goes further as well. In fact, that would be the perfect balance. If they made it so that this can go full screen, because look, this game has so much zoning in it that it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So you might as well make it that way. Make it so that this goes full screen. I think that would make Sindel. Extremely balanced. In a game that has people like RoboCop in it and Terminator, that'll make it mad balanced. Because for me to even get in, I have to I have to put in a bit more work, you know. I have to do this to get in close. I have to do this. I have to do that. Is it me, or is this stage a lot bigger than other stages? Like, I don't think the Black Dragon Fight Club is this big. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's the case. So yeah, that's what I'd have to do to get in close. To get in close. So and it's the opposite of Jade, as to what I was saying with Jade, is in the sense that see, even that's not even close enough. In the sense that she is a character that can deal damage over a course of hits without much work. She doesn't deal big damage straight away, but over the course of a match she can, because she's got the good spacing and she's got good footsie tools. She can run as well. So that's something else that would bring her close to being balanced. Give her some of the tools that Tanya had in MKX. But anyway, not to make this too long, because this is long enough. I will upload a separate video on Sindel. Like, I'll just chop this video up into 3 sections and upload those so that they're shorter for you guys. I also will have a review of Aftermath as a whole. I have completed the story mode and I enjoyed it. One thing I didn't like is the sound effects of the footsteps. It sounded like no matter where they were walking, it was on wood. Whether it's walking on sand, walking on metal, walking on concrete, it all sounded like wood to me. That started to annoy me after a while. But visually it was amazing. It was really, really good, really good. And yeah, I'll have more videos up on the channel soon. If you're not following me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch. The Twitch is in the description. It's also in the chat. And yeah, that is the bus for the Edenian characters who are my main. Peace out, people.